Ever since the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic hit the world, you knew that someone would eventually start making games around it, or at least around the effect it has had on our society. No, not this. Not Plague Inc. and all of the creative community levels around COVID-19. From Wales Interactive, we've got an FMV game like The Complex, starring Georgia Hurst from Vikings. Combining the FMV genre with the dating sim genre, here is my review of 5 dates for the Nintendo Switch. In this game, you guide Vinny, a young man in his 20s during the coronavirus pandemic lockdown, as he goes to a dating app wanting to find a relationship via virtual dates. The rest of the game is about Vinny interacting on these dates with 3 different girls, along with talking to his wingman buddy between the dates to basically help coach him along. Now, each of the different girls in this game is a different type of person and stereotype, from influencers and teachers to bisexuals and vegans. Now, since this is an FMV game, how is the acting? To be honest, it's pretty good overall. There are a few awkward moments with Vinny himself, but I think all of the girls did a really nice job in their roles, and the wingman himself really stole the show early on, offering a lot of really good friend-to-friend humor. And although I think the girls are a little too stereotypical, some parts of the game and things that happened, especially with Georgia Small's character, really hit me hard and resonated with a lot of things that have happened to me in my life. I can't really give spoilers about what that event is, but kudos to Miss Small. If you're watching this video, you did an excellent job at portraying that event. Outside of the whole them being a little too stereotypical, the main downside of the story I feel is Vinny as a character. Essentially, Vinny has no personality whatsoever despite him being in a lot of recorded and voiced scenes. The way you answer your questions completely changes his personality, and that just isn't how most dating sims try to do things. When you're playing Clannad, the protag is a juvenile and rebellious person. Making a different choice at a certain dialogue tree to go onto a different route doesn't change his personality at all. It just changes a choice that he makes. And that is the complete opposite of Vinny. Now, I have seen people in real life get together with someone and completely change their entire personality, what they like and dislike, so they can be with that person, and that is just an awful message to send to people. You're not supposed to change everything about who you are to be with someone. They're supposed to accept you for who you are, not who they want you to be. And I have some more words about that later on in the gameplay section. So when it comes to gameplay, this is an FMV interactive movie with dating sim elements thrown into the mix. You watch a lot of live-action cutscenes and make choices in the form of your dating profile at the start of the game and dialogue choices in your chats with the girls and your wingman. First of all, when you start each game, there are 5 different girls you can choose from, but you can only go on virtual dates with 3 girls per playthrough. The basic game flow then goes, you go on 3 dates, talk to your wingman in between, pick 2 to go on a second date with, go through the in-between with your wingman again, and then choose 1 girl to go on a final date with and see what type of ending you get. The dates themselves are simple conversations, with the girls finding out more about you to see if you're compatible with them. You get a lot of dialogue choices during the dates that will raise and lower affinity with the girls and lean you towards getting their ending or not. This is a nice system that advances pretty well, with the first dates being pretty awkward and the later ones being a lot more in-depth with learning more about the person and you getting a lot more comfy with each girl. But there's a problem, and this calls back to that little point I was making in the story section. What the girls want and what the game wants you to do is unrealistic. To be able to actually get a good ending, you need to tell the girls exactly what they want to hear. They tell you they're a certain way and ask what you are, and you are expected to say that exact same thing. If you don't, not only will you not get very much affinity for that choice, but you'll get little scenes where they seem really upset and disappointed. Some of them even pushy on trying to get you to be that way. This makes the game pretty easy to succeed at, but it paints a bad picture on other people. It makes it feel like these 5 women are only interested in being around and dating people that have the exact same interests and beliefs that they do. Those of you watching who do have a significant other, are you exactly like them? Do you share all of the same beliefs and interests? Then again, it could just be me. Most of the women that I'm attracted to are very, very different kinds of people, yet I can easily get bewitched and attached despite all of those differences. To get off my little tangent, let's talk about content and length. 5 Dates is an extremely short game, each run easily lasting less than a single hour. The game does encourage you to replay it with the fact that you can only access 3 of the 5 girls per playthrough, but at the same time, it is difficult to manage what you've unlocked. There's no museum or scene viewer when you beat the game to show you what you've already unlocked. You're expected to just start a new game and remember everything you did the first time. As far as presentation goes, it visually looks good, and they've added intentional pixelation on all of the cutscenes, trying to give you an aesthetically realistic look because the entire game is you video conferencing with others over the internet. I had no problems with performance at all, so now let's go into battery life. On the original model, 5 Dates has a battery range of 3 hours and 12 minutes up to 4 hours and 5 minutes. On the Nintendo Switch Lite, it has a range of 3 hours and 34 minutes up to 5 hours and 17 minutes. And on the Redboxer V2 2019 model, it has a range of 5 hours and 2 minutes up to 6 hours and 6 minutes. In conclusion, 5 Dates is an interesting FMV take on both the dating sim genre and the pandemic's effect on society. Although the acting is very good and there are some powerful moments that really resonated with me, the game is brought down by its short length, no personality protagonist, and encouragement to tell these women not who you are, but who they want you to be. It's not a bad FMV game, just a disappointing one. Reviews to go rates 5 Dates for the Nintendo Switch a 6 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.